Hi there. It's a nice day, just going on another mini holiday, as it is the Dragon Boat Festival here in Taiwan. So, I don't even know where I'm going, actually. It's one of those trips where I just woke up in the morning and said, I'm going to go away for 4 days, so that's exactly what I'm doing. I just stopped on a road here called the number 9, which actually is not bad today. There's not many cars. Is that a bike coming behind me? I think it is. There we go. So it's actually not that bad at all. But I was recently in the UK, and at the pub one night with a friend of mine, we were discussing something that is a term that is actually used very often called the modern classic. And he said something actually that was rather interesting, because he has said this before. Would you buy a classic television? Probably not. Would you buy a classic phone? Probably not. Now, there's certain companies, for example, like Royal Enfield, who probably have the equal fanatical fanboys as Harley Davidson, just from some of the comments that I've seen before. I don't have a problem with the bikes per se, but I think some people, like we were discussing, look at the past with rose-colored glasses. Some people think that things were better in the past. Well, that's not exactly the case all the time. Things have improved dramatically. Motorcycles in particular. I mean, at one time, if you say look at the old British bikes from the 50s and 60s, I mean, they were just oil leakers. And they needed very... with a car, short service intervals. So today, of course, you can go with much longer service intervals. So how is that not a better thing? But I've heard people say that, older motorcycles are better because they're more simple, and that's true to a degree. But if you take off the rose-colored glasses, you realize how often the bloody things break down. Now, I know this is going to upset some people, but it doesn't really matter, because this is my opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. But if you speak to people who are really into bikes, and I don't just mean like people who, like for weekends, but for other times as well. I mean, the whole, what is it called, the modern classic thing about motorbikes is a little bit, I think it's very good marketing for hipsters. But things are, of course, better now than they were. I mean, that is just the reality. Things always improve over time. Now, some people might say, but there's a lot of plastic on bikes. Yeah, well, bikes are lighter, and if you take care of things, they will not break. Of course, things will eventually wear out, but that happens with everything. Anyway, I'd like to find out what your comments are. I'm going to head off because I do have to find a hotel for the night. So I will catch you in a little bit. Well, it's now day 2 of my little mini holiday, and as you know, I like very much riding in mountain roads. And because it's actually a holiday, I mean, this road is in absolutely terrible shape, and I'm very surprised at how many people are actually out here today. Anyway, getting back to something that I may have mentioned in the first part. I said that I was recently in the UK. And one night, over a couple of drinks at the pub, which is owned by a friend of mine, we were discussing stereotypical images that are connected, let's say, with a particular brand of motorcycle. And he had an idea. He said, start talking about brands, and he will look for stereotypical images of people who you'd probably associate with that brand. Now, there is actually a rule to this, is that the segment that I'm recording right now, I'm actually not doing the editing on it. He is going to do the editing. So I have no idea what pictures he has chosen. So I'm just going to start choosing brands at random. Okay, let's begin with the very famous Italian brand Ducati. Now, Ducati is a bike that actually I like very much, and I'm still okay. About a year ago, I was sort of 40-60 about whether or not to get one. Then a few months ago, it was 50-50, and now it's basically 90-10. So I actually am in the market for a Ducati. I'm not going to buy a new one because I don't know how long I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to buy a secondhand one, maybe 5 or 6 years old, and have some fun with it. So what kind of image did he choose when I mentioned Ducati? Okay, let's now move to Yamaha. Yamaha does have some great bikes. My favorite one from them is the MT9 and MT10. Moving on now to Honda, the Honda CB range, like the bike that you see behind me right now. If he chooses my picture, I'm going to thump him the next time I see him, which is going to be in August. So let's move now to, let me think. Okay, Royal Enfield. Now, if he chooses something like a junkyard, I would laugh, but he's not going to do that. But I'm very curious to see what stereotypical image he will come up with connected with the Royal Enfield brand, specifically the Classic Series. Let's see. Okay, let's move on to another one that has a lot of fanboys. And I know that just from the comments that people have left, because every time I say something about Harley-Davidson, the fanboys come out like locusts. And they become incredibly, incredibly defensive. The funny thing is, I've never come across that with other motorcycle brands. So let's see what he chooses as the stereotypical image of Harley-Davidson. I think I know what he's going to do, but I'm not 100% certain. We're now going to move to Suzuki. Suzuki also have quite a few very nice bikes. The GSX series is probably my favorite from them. Okay, let me think. So we've done those ones. Let's move to KTM. KTM. Surprisingly, here in Taiwan, there's not many KTM bikes. There are a few that are imported by gray market dealers. Now, gray market dealers, as I've talked about before, are dealers and importers who don't officially have a license to import the brand. They just import them. And there's always an issue with getting spare parts and warranty issues and stuff like that. But I kind of like KTM. Okay, let me think. What else? Should I throw in a scooter? Yeah, I'll throw in a scooter. This will make him happy. Vespa. Now, if he chooses a picture from the movie Roman Holiday with Katharine Hepburn, that would be a little bit too easy. So I'm wondering what he's going to come up with. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. That's actually it for right now. So if there's any images or bikes that you think have stereotypical images, leave them in the comment section below. I'd be very happy to find out exactly what they are. Somebody just said hello as they went by. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you next time.